All right, so cool. How's everybody out there doing today? It is, of course, your boy, Volandis, back with another video. So before we get this video started, I do want to start off by saying Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Shout out my boys. Shout out to the city of Detroit. You know how we coming. Also, if you haven't noticed yet, I cut my hair. If you're new here, my hair was longer than this. I've been growing my hair for 10 years. I cut it. That's all there is to it. My cats are fighting. Stop. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about something that is super impactful and just something that's super important for videos across the board. Whether that's a movie, short film, Instagram reel, TikTok, no matter what video it is, this is important. So sound and sound design. So the video at the beginning of this video was all about sounds and sound design. Sound design is not something that gets talked about or mentioned a lot throughout this space, but it's something that's extremely important when it comes to the creation of my videos. And I feel like sound design is one of those things that gets overlooked a lot, but it's really one of the most important things when it comes to filmmaking. And I don't really feel like people understand how important sound design can be. And honestly, I used to be one of those people too. I cared about everything from gear to lighting to composition to wardrobe to locations, and then sound design was just one of those things that I would think about after the fact, if at all. And even if we take this video right now, I'm no professional when it comes to audio standards, but if we switch the audio from this mic to the onboard camera mic, then it almost becomes unwatchable. And like I said, I don't feel like sound gets talked about as much as it should. But if you've been paying attention to all of my videos ever, you know how important the element of sound is to me for my videos. And I purposely make videos using things that have unique but recognizable sounds. From preparing food to the sounds of cars or everyday things that we hear on a daily basis that makes us feel alive is what draws me to sound. Outside of sight and seeing, I think sound might be the most important sense that we have as human beings, in my opinion. And that's made clear through filmmaking, which is literally just seeing and hearing. And if you take away one of the most important elements of filmmaking, which is sound, then you kind of lose what makes a video and what makes filmmaking. And we may not recognize it, but those sounds that we hardly hear or very clearly hear subconsciously, it gives us a certain feeling, and to me that's super interesting and why I'm so drawn to sound design within my videos. But alright, let's talk about sound design and how you can get the best sound for your videos. Now the very first thing you can do is get a mic, clearly. But if you know anything about audio, then you know that there are a ton of different mics that you can get that do a ton of different things. There's cardioid mics, which I think this one is. There's shotgun mics, there's bidirectional mics, there's ribbon mics, omnidirectional mics, and so many other microphones that you could get. Depending on what you do, I suggest you do the research and figure out which one works best for whatever you're doing. But for me, my favorite type of mic is shotgun mics because it works for everything that I do within filmmaking. Dialogue and just collecting sounds from everyday things is what I do and what's important to me for my videos. And shotgun mics do a great job of picking up those little audio pieces that I need for my videos. So this mic right here is the Sennheiser 600 shotgun mic. It's great for dialogue. It's great for picking up those little sound design pieces that I need for my cooking show, or just some of these videos where I'm using something so specific and the sounds to that is so specific. And this does a great job of picking up those sounds. But I don't think one mic is a one mic fits all. For example, if I was to use this mic and then walk 100 feet away, I would no longer be able to be heard. I would need a lavalier mic for something like that. Or if it's very, very, very windy outside, I have to do a lot to kind of cut back on the wind for this mic. But I think in a controlled environment and when you're just picking up audio pieces, this mic is perfect. Clearly, this is not sponsored. I bought this mic with my own money, and I've been using it for quite a while now. But on the other side of that, if we take a look at this quick and short video, then you see how much the sound design adds to just the overall feel of the video. Now, every single sound that you heard in that video was completely fake, and not fake as like the sounds don't exist. Clearly they exist, but I didn't record any of those sounds. I got those sounds from Epidemic Sound. Also, again, not sponsored, but I got all of those sounds from Epidemic Sound and added them in, from the car opening to closing, to the rustling of the leather inside the car, to the car sitting idle and you can hear the engine. All of those sounds were secondary sounds that I did not record on my own. But when I was recording that, I didn't have a microphone. I didn't have any audio equipment with me at all. And for some reason, the audio on my camera wasn't working at all. So I had to implement those sound design pieces by myself. And sometimes when I go out and I record something and the audio isn't the greatest, sometimes I'll go back out and film those audio pieces by myself, or pick up those audio pieces by myself secondary, and then add them in later. If you watch any movie, TV show, film, whatever the case may be, you may hear all of these sounds and all of these things that sound super familiar to you, but at the same time, not all the time those sounds were recorded during the recording of that specific moment. Sometimes these sounds are added after the fact, and doing that can be very, very, very helpful and useful. That way you can control and get the sounds that you want. If one day it's too windy and you need to go back out another day, which is what I've done before many times, that can help with the creation of creating sound and creating something that works for you. I think creating sounds and having a clear sound design element in your videos is very impactful, whether you think so or not. For me, it definitely brings you closer into a world that you're watching through a screen. Those little turns of a knob or clicking of a clock are all things we have heard since forever, and we can distinguish those sounds and what they are before we even see them. Like if we listen to some sounds I recorded without showing you what they are, you can probably guess what they are without even seeing the video. So again, you guys are probably tired of hearing this at this point, but sound design is super important. And for me in my videos, it's almost everything. I focus on it just as much as I focus on lighting, or I focus on the compositions or the gear that I'm gonna use. And when I first got into making these videos, like I said, sound design it wasn't a thought at all. I didn't think about the sound design at all. Like to me, I would usually if the sound didn't sound good enough, I would just take the audio out completely and then just put a song over whatever I was doing. And that can still be really, really impactful. I think sometimes people forget that sounds don't have to be serious. You can use sound design to make like comedy. You can use sound design to be super serious, super sad, or whatever the case may be. Clearly the audio music choice that you choose for a lot of these videos also play into how someone's gonna feel when watching those videos. But for me, those sounds of just everyday things are super important. And to me, it makes me feel closer to a video. It makes me feel more comfortable. Like I said, those little sounds that you hear every single day of your life that you kind of can distinguish without even seeing what it is, throw that into a video, it kind of just like brings you closer into this world of whatever you're watching. So yeah, sound design, super important. One of the most important things to me for my videos. And I've talked about this in other videos, but I do think I had to make a full video about the importance of sound just for me. But anyway, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, got something out of it. Again, go Lions. We're about to do the Tampa Bay Buccaneers dirty. And yeah, with that being said, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, I'm not talking to you because you already did what you had to do. So yeah, man, with that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here and I'm gonna go do some shit. And by do some shit, I mean go feed my cats, because if you haven't been able to hear, she's crying in the background. You would think I never fed her. So yeah, gonna go feed my cat. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Again, go Lions. Oh wait, yeah, you know the vibes, man. Let's get it.